Well, first of all, I think it's good that Joe's in your store. So it means that at some point he's done some evaluation and maybe looked online, seen your brand and thought, okay, that's a place I'll go and visit. So even if he's just showrooming, you've had a chance to interact with Joe. And so that really for marketers, I think, it's a real moment of truth. So it's a point at which they can start to own the experience and say, okay, let's look and see what Joe's looking for. Let's evaluate how he's behaving and then see if we can start to build up a much more compelling and personal journey to kind of help Joe in his buying process. So what we would then do is, as I say, look at what Joe's doing, look at his digital body language, if you like, and see how he's behaving on site. And then we can start to compare his behavior to certain predefined profiles. So we may decide Joe's behaving like a value buyer, so he's looking for money off and the lowest possible price. But he could also be a premium buyer, and he's looking for the best product that suits his needs most closely. And once we can identify that behavior, we can then start to serve up relevant content that supports that kind of behavior and his search for information. To do that, we gather a lot of information about how he's behaving, but also I think we can then use that not only online, but marry that to what's happening in store. So as we give Joe certain offers, we may get him into a store and then say, well, hey Joe, if you log on to a kiosk, we can give you very personalized offers in store that match the requirements that you've already shared with us online. And then ideally, we want to get to a situation where we make the online systems work as much as possible. And let's do as much of the sale as we can online. We'd ideally like to get to a point where Joe is clicking and collecting. So we can just bring him in store to collect that item rather than showroom. And indeed, one of our clients, Furniture Village, has shared data with us that shows around about 80% of their in-store purchases are heavily influenced by what happens with the clients online.
Well, if Joe's jumping out and buying the product at a cheaper price point, then maybe he's not the kind of customer we want. But assuming that he is, then at the point when Joe pulls out his mobile phone, that's the point to really attract him and retain him. So there's many technological solutions to this, whether we're talking iBeacons, an augmented reality app, or even just simple in-store Wi-Fi, allowing him to sign up for an internal mobile site and give him all of the kind of features and functionality, product comparison capability that he might be getting online anyway. And then you're back to good old-fashioned marketing techniques, product attribution that aligns to his persona, understanding why he is looking at this product in the first place, and what differentiates it and the buying experience that he's getting from you as a brand as compared to the online vendor. And really, I think offering the similar options and in terms of functionality, click and collect, buy online, pick up in store, all of these kind of things, getting all of that functionality into your retail experience at the same time as retaining your brand, the brand values and making sure that it is a differentiated experience. That's how to get Joe and keep him.
I think the number one thing is not to fight showrooming. It's just a reality and it's there and it's here to stay. The most important thing is to really leverage it. Leverage the fact that they're looking at their mobile phone and they're using the internet. So first off, you actually give them free Wi-Fi, but of course you can take that email address when you're doing that. But the most important thing is about remembering it's all about the customer experience. So it's about making sure your in-store experience is as good as it can be. And then people are much more likely to buy it in store. And the other thing is about embracing all the new tech. It's about looking at the iBeacons so you can target offers at the customers when they come in. But also things like QR codes on products. But back to the customer experience point of view, people will buy when they know that others have had a great experience. So think about all those reviews where people talk about how they trust your brand and they like to buy it from you. And then surface those reviews, whether it's in-store on the walls or whether it's when they're logging into the Wi-Fi on their mobile phone. And that's the most important thing. Because if they know it's a great experience, then they will know of the after sales. And if they have to return the item, they'll know that's going to be good for them.